Okay, so just a little background. I'm sure that most of you know that Blackish ended, about a month ago? But I'm not sure that most of you know about the competition that they had been advertising since mid-February to early January. Mid-February to early January, ma'am. I meant to say mid-January to early February. That's what I meant. Basically, it was just a competition that people could submit their videos to, which would prove that they are Blackish's biggest fan. It would be a 2-minute video, no music, no pictures, just you. When I saw this advertisement, I was like, oh yeah, I got this one in the bag. And I'll tell you why I thought I had this one in the bag. Because when I tell you that I grew up with this show, I grew up with this show. When I tell you that I've watched every season of this gosh darn show, okay? I was like 12 when the first episode came out, and I remember watching the first episode. I've watched every season. I knew that I was gonna win this. I did. So I recorded the video and I edited it and I sent it in. I did win it. But there was just one little kink in my whole plan. I didn't meet the minimum. Oh my god. You do. Okay, I will start over now. I didn't meet the minimum age, which was 21, and I'm 20. So that's a little stinky. I didn't get to go to the party, which was really less of a party and more of a panel where you just sit in an auditorium and listen to people talk. But that's not my idea of a party, but that's beyond the point. I was a little salty for a little bit. A little salty. I was very salty. I was the Atlantic Ocean. But, eventually I realized that it was honor enough that out of everyone that submitted a video, I'm not sure how many people did, and I really don't care. It could have been 15 people, but I was still one of the 10 that they chose. So, I guess that's good enough for me. Anyway, here's the video. Hope you enjoy it. Blackish is ending, and that is crazy because I remember when the trailer came out, my family and I were super excited to watch the show because it was a black sitcom and we hadn't seen those in so long. Also, they were well to do, which was really nice to see in an environment that was different from the Jeffersons or Fresh Prince or the other black family that I won't mention. I was transitioning from middle to high school at the time. I remember trying to think that I was more of a Zoe. Even though I was in a non-predominantly black area, I was very awkward and very bad at making friends. So when I had finally come to terms with myself and my role in this universe, I was like, oh, Junior was written for me. That said, I'm very appreciative of his character because it really gave me an opportunity to kind of feel free to be myself. It was cool to see another black kid on TV mucking up his cool points because that was me. That is the essence of why I love this show so much because it pushes the boundaries of what people expect from black representation. When you think about the wise black grandparents who give you great advice and they save you from getting killed in horror movies. They just out here trying to live life just like the rest of us. Sometimes can be just as trifling as the rest of us. And speaking of trifling, when we talk about the twins, I'm seeing Jack and his aloofness and Diane and her wickedness, which, I still love her, but I don't know if I have the option not to. And I've already talked about Zoe with her. I'm jealous. She can go. But to see the protagonist, Dre, always mess up. Always try to mold himself in a way where he is better for himself. It's really nice. And of course, I gotta talk about Dr. Rainbow Bo Johnson. That was weird, but that's okay. I cannot remember media representation about a successful black female doctor. It was a subconscious awakening within myself that I could be whatever I wanted to be. Her being in the show is part of the reason why I am finishing my bachelor's in pre-med at the moment. So if I fail, it's also your fault. But I'm pretty sure I won't, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Blackish made it easier for me to exist in this world. Yeah, before I start crying, thank you. I'm your biggest fan, Elise.